Show started! Your Arizona's weekly comedy show. Let me introduce to you your host, the funny Jew, Sean McCarthy!
Let's hear this character, Mr. Eddie Cruz, right there. Edward Cruz, let's hear for him. Thank you so much. Don't worry about it, folks. We have the best equipment here. We bought this at Radio Shack today. It's going to work perfectly. You won't notice a thing. You spent no expense on the equipment here? Okay, I'm just kidding. You told jackass. Thank you very much. We're waiting for our handicapped comic to get in here. Let's hear for this guy. Yeah. He just got back from Nam, folks. Him and his sorority went over there and he stepped on a termite and it got an infection on his toe. Let's hear it for him. He's a veteran. The drug war. He's a veteran of the drug war, folks. And bruised me up in fish. Hey. All right, welcome. My name is Sean McCarthy. Welcome. I'm the host of this weekly comedy festival here at Tickle Your Bone. That's right. There's comedy festivals ever, but we do this weekly, every week of the year. We're doing a comedy festival. Right here, we get these comics in from around. I'm making tons of cash and submission fees, and then we give them a light rail pass from Fountain Hills, wherever they're from, to get them here. So that's what's going on. There's a bunch of comedy contests in town. The comedy clubs are doing. They're having a contest to find the best comic in Phoenix. Let me tell you something. Every week we have 7 of the best comics on this show. No contest. No contest. No contest. Okay. How's your foot, kid?
It's still there!
Still there. He goes, Sean, I might not be able to make it today. They sent me a picture of his foot. Have you ever seen what it looks like if someone took an axe and tried to cut their foot off? I don't know what he did to his foot, but that's what it looked like. Dude, you could have just told me. I would have believed you. Every time there's a horrible wound, people are like, look at this. I'm like, don't do that to me, please. All right, this is a card my mom wrote to me, and she just wanted, because I get nervous sometimes, and she said, Sean, remember to bow. So I got to remember that. Hold on. My mom was a performer all over the valley for like 30 years here. She was very popular, and she tells me, she says, Sean, when you perform in front of people, give them the respect and bow. My mom worked at Highlighter, Bourbon Street, and she was the last girl on stage at the Alaska Bush Company when they got shut down by the federal agents. Yes. My mom wasn't a stripper. She was a hooker, unfortunately. She was a hooker with a heart of gold. We were hungry! My mom was a sweet woman. There's nothing, she never did anything like that. Hey, how are you, kid? Somebody I've never met before, sitting right there. Let's hear for this attractive looking people with a bad foot and a bad everything. If you do any time, we'll just reel you right here. We'll tilt the camera down. By the way, before I go any further, we have a wonderful sponsor called Polypore Mushrooms. He does real mushrooms, not like psilocybin, like chip your balls mushroom, like mushrooms to for supplements. But it's called Polypore Mushrooms, and that's what this camera is, and that's what's going on over in the corner. So this being live streamed right now, then we'll put it up after the show, we'll label it, and the comics will have their sets forever ingrained on YouTube. So I want to thank Polypore Mushrooms for affording us cameras and all this in their time. Yes. 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 We don't have a cover charge, and we don't yell at comics. We just tell them the show will be funny, and then we get sponsors. We make so much money. We can pay some of the comics now. We have our own cryptocurrency we're starting. Like you heard of Bitcoin, we have Do a Bitcoin. So stupid. Fine. So hey, there's seats up front here, folks. There's some chairs over there. There's chairs there. There might be a few over here. There might be some in the back. Sit down and relax. Don't get sketchy by that door right there. The waitress will come in and knock you over. She will hip check you with the fucking ice machine. Be careful. She's 105 pounds. When she's crazy on meth and pills, she'll fucking knock you over. Look out for Megan. The other bartender I go to with me, Megan is just Megan. Boom! She's a nice chick. What did I have to say? A couple things. We have a couple more sponsors too. We have Sunny Slope Stevie Vapes. I don't know if you heard about them. This guy, he makes these vape cartridges in Sunny Slope in a garage, and it's medical meth, pine sulfur terps, and it's got CBDs. there's at least enough hits for everyone to do one unless you had herpes. And then also, I have to mention our latest sponsor, Living Spaces. And I have to say that like 32 times the first 3 minutes or we'll get sued. So there's that. So we have yeah. Difference, brother. Thank you very much. I told him, I said, don't stand in front of me. He goes, let me shut it and make it more dangerous. Let's hear for evil people who's dangerous. He's like pulling the curtain like a bull. I don't care what's on the other side. I'll stand in front of it. Try and take me down. There it goes. Cat Schindler, comic that's on the show tonight. Wonderful, wonderful. Let's hear these folks right here. They flew out from Rhode Island. They're my aunt, my uncle. It's not sure. I know they are. They're just good looking. Let's hear from them. By the way, I always implore the comics, do not pick on anybody in the audience. They're nice. They don't pay a cover charge. They're cool. If you want to pick on somebody, I don't know, pick on, they got to pick on you. Ugly people sitting in the back, you can't see them, so it's okay. Living Spaces. I haven't fucking said it enough. Hey, this is a true story. My wife got mad at me because I pee in the shower. Does anybody else pee in the shower? Yeah. I didn't know she was in there. Come on, is this thing on? Living Spaces. Okay, stupid. Oh, I'd like to say that I know in America right now, it's kind of crazy. Like, for starters, I can't believe that Russia's still invading Ukraine. I can't believe there's a war going on right now. So none of this matters, because if it all goes to shit, at least you were a Tickle Your Bone Weekly Comedy Festival. I didn't know that. I was like stunned. It's 3 months deep, yeah. And then so that's going on, and now like they're gonna repeal abortion, which is just fucking crazy to me. Like I don't care what your opinion is on anything, but it's just kind of crazy because this is why. And I wrote this down. Oklahoma was the first one to start this. I don't know if you're from Oklahoma. I don't mean to shit on you, but let me just say this. I don't care what you stand for. Thank you, but. Number one, and I'm not saying they're stupid because they're repealing abortions. I'm saying seriously, they're stupid. They're 49th in fucking education. Living Spaces, they don't make you feel better. And that's America. That's our country. You're only as strong as your weakest state. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. There's places in this country that fucking scare me. Like Alabama's one of them. Because you can always tell who's fucking crazy. Like Alabama was like #1 in racism until fucking like Arizona had the SB 1070, and then Alabama literally called Arizona. It's like, you guys are #1, y'all. Y'all did it. So there's a couple pockets in America. I'd like to do my impersonation of every pocket in America that's fucking stupid. And this will make you feel better and make all the medicine go down that you're all bummed out of shit on parts of America. But every time I hear about parts of the country that are like racist, stupid, they're dumb, or repealing something, this is what I see in my head. And some downward. This works great. Hey, y'all, check it out! Yeah, we're fucking you're stupid and we got felonies, man. You need to have lots of our babies. You like Slim Jims or meth? Trump's a cool son bitch, right? And it's like, oh, Uncle Sean. Then I put my teeth in, all of a sudden it's like, dude, what's wrong with you, dude? Read a book, dude. Don't vote for that guy, man. Vote for anybody but those guys. I don't like Republicans and or Democrats. I'm a pedestrian. That's Evan Costello. Yes, but I was just stunned that a state that was struggling that hard decided to just kill people. And I don't like to tell you what you should believe at all, but if it's something about a woman, I believe that you need to ask women and go with whatever they say. Yeah. And you need to find the smartest, most powerful women because they know the real answer. So don't ask the fucking girl that chain smokes 20 cigarettes in the booth next to you at fucking Wendy's where you work. Find important Americans. So I was curious, so I tried to get a hold of Gloria Steinem or Judge Judy. I couldn't find any important Americans, but I got through to the #1 female in the world last year, and I asked her, I said, hey, Caitlyn Jenner, you're a real woman. What do you feel about abortion? Then she deferred me to some swimmer named Leah Thomas. So there's that. There's some jackass who's saying, you know the Constitution, it says nothing about abortion. I go, yeah, you know in the Constitution they don't once mention this? Women at all. I'm not shitting on the Constitution. Listen, it's a great fucking document. But just at one point in history, we weren't as fucking evolved as we are now, so they missed a few things. Like women. They're not going to mention abortion, they're going to mention women at all. And then people always overlook this. This is the best thing about the Constitution. It always says, all men are created equal. And then the pen stopped, and somebody like named Arnold from like Ohio said, hey, George, you're not going to write what I think you're going to write, buddy. He's like, what? He goes, no, sorry, all men are equal except, he goes, no. Just let's imply that. We should just imply that. He's like, what's implied? He goes, well, if I say, and then you do that. You get it? He's like, oh, okay. So all men are created equal. Good. Perfect. We won't mention the black people. Perfect. All right. No one needs to know. Sounds all good. And then later in the Constitution, they said, and the only people who can vote are rich white landowners. Again, a great document. They just missed a few things. By the way, I'm a Jew. I'm black turned inside out. I hate white people. They smell like bologna. Supposed to bow. My mother said bow. I'm doing all stuff. By the way, I just graduated from DeVry Online Comedy School, folks. I haven't graduated this. I am killing the game. We are anti-unfunny, anti-unhack. We're creating safes for all your safe storage needs. That's me fucking balls and something. What else? Living spaces. I fucking don't want to say that. I don't want to say that because I did that. Perfect. All right, and I'm good. I'm golden. Nope. Nope is here. Let's hear for Nope. She's in the back. I believe Nope is here. Our favorite rapper. I believe you were here about a month ago. Everything she didn't like, she just goes, nope. She's our censor in the back. Let's hear for Nope. Hartley's here. Cool. I gotta tell her to turn that music down. Hey, Megan, turn that music down. The fucking mescaline just kicked in. Your head Sunny Slope Steve Ray Vapes. These things are lit. Dude, seriously, take a hit off this dude. So good. You get medical meds? I'm serious, dude. I'm going to take the mic apart, put it together 20 times. Medical meth. It's your friend. It's your friend. No, I'm kidding. Meth is horrible. I won't do that. I did cocaine a couple times. It's great. Like if you're drunk and you can't drive home, they never tell you like the good things about drugs. Like sometimes drugs are good. Like I can't drive. Hey, I'm going to Cleveland, and you're like, wait, 20 hours away. So sometimes they shit on drugs. That's all I'm saying. I tried every drug twice just to make sure I did it right. Sometimes you fucking make a mistake. You're like, I got a bad opinion. I should do that again. I did toad venom only once because it was that strong. But you don't need to go there. I get that music turned down. All right, we have a wonderful show. I think we have one comic canceled, so we're going to squeeze you on, but we're going to have to get you somewhere over here. Or I don't know if we can get you up on stage with it.
Yeah, I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Get the roadies to get the ramp up here, folks. How you doing, brother? You look like you're about to ask me. I looked over, we locked eyes. I thought you were looking like, hey man, do that bit about the. And I was like, he's like, that's not that guy, but you were about to say something. You good? You had a very inquisitive face, sir. Very unassuming, gentle, inquisitive face. I like that. We wouldn't put you in the back. Sit up front with a good-looking people. You don't believe me? Take a walk back and do that last one. I didn't say that out loud. Fuck, there's a mic. I did it again! This medical mess got me. Okay.
Try it.
Girl, I got you. Alright. Alright, I gotta get this shit good. So, we have 7 of the finest comics that I could round up this week at I was actually at a Quinceañera in a Home Depot parking lot on the west side. These guys were telling jokes at it, which is weird. There's fucking comedians everywhere. People are like, Quinceañera, let's get some guys who don't even speak fucking Spanish. They're telling jokes. I do have one joke in Spanish. Ready for this one? Dos judeos entraron a un bar y que puedo. 2 Jews walked in a bar and bought it. Okay, here we go. Nice. Lamar, right? Where's Lamar? Where's Lamar?
Right there.
I can see one dark guy with a hat and another dark guy with a hat. That's not even funny, it's just the truth. I looked over at Lamar, that's not Lamar. Because Lamar's in a white t-shirt too, guys. Smooth brother, Lamar, Durrell. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Boom. Nailed it! Yeah, you guys are doing the same thing. They look like a boy band, fucking. What's your name, brother?
Blair.
Blair, are you a comic?
Yeah, I just sent you my stuff the other day.
Oh, Blair. Yeah. Oh, God, that's right. Okay. Wait, what's your full name?
Jason.
Jason Blair, that's right. When you have Blair, I was like, I'm thinking Blair, like fucking, your head spins around The Exorcist. Jason Blair, you're from Chicago.
Yeah.
You're living here full time now. Yes, I got you. I got you on the list to book you. I'm gonna book you like next at the end of this week. I promise I'll get you on. Hey, right, Jason Blair's here, folks. He would be on tonight, but his payment didn't go through Venmo. He ain't got Cash App. I don't know what they're doing in Chicago. There's no submission fees for this. All right, Lamar. My smooth one. All right, hey, this cat, super dope. He's got a wicked funny podcast called Trash and Treasure. He's got that show, Trash and Treasure, at the House of Comedy. He's got like 15 shows at Stir Crazy, and he does 32 shows around town. He is like the Jamaican of fucking comedy fucking bookers. Because Jamaicans have 49 jobs, but no one here is from New York City or would know that but me. And if you ever dated a fucking Dominican girl, be careful, they'll make you rob a bank, but they'll fuck you good. That's my only advice about New York. I like the island girls. Okay. So my point is, this guy's a hard-working motherfucker, and he has to go on early because he's got to bounce up the House of Comedy and see some folks. So I oblige his wishes, and he's a great way to kick off the show, besides my beautiful self. Please put your hands together for the very funny and talented Mr. Lamar Mitchell Jr.
How y'all doing? Yeah! Okay, cool. I'm digging it, man. They say when you get older, a man is always gonna date a chick that reminds him of his mother. So I married a girl that I would say was biggest quality. It was just like my mom. And she cheated. She cheated. She showed me exactly why my mom cheated on my dad. Had something to do with just the name itself, Lamar. Cheated on. But you know what? That never discouraged me from dating another ratchet chick. Like I kept it going. I date young ratchet chicks now. Like I was dating this chick. She was so ratchet. She had all kinds of tattoos. Like she had the tattoo on her neck. You know what I mean? I started undressing her. She had more and more tattoos. She had one tattoo that was familiar, but also it was different, you know what I mean? Like, y'all seen that tattoo that say, trust no man? Trust no man? Like, her shit said, trust no bitch, especially my mama. I'm like, what the fuck? Did we just drop the kids off at your mama? But I didn't ask no questions. Because I know ratchet. My mama was so ratchet that she'll hustle the government with whatever assistance they gave her ass. Like she'll fucking bust down a food stamp in a heartbeat. Y'all know what busting down a food stamp is? Yeah. I ain't think so. White crowd. That's when you get your kids all happy to go to the store with $1 food stamp, buy a bag of chips for $1.25 and bring back 75 cents so she can get enough money to buy a pack of cigarettes. Like I was from the 90s. I know you know what I'm talking about. You got curls in your hair. I'm from the fucking 90s. The 90s was wretched, nigga. You can go to the fucking store with a fucking $3 worth of pennies with a note. That started off, to whom it may concern. Please give my son these cancer sticks. Y'all remember what I'm talking about? The 90s was fucked up, man. Like, I used to hate the 90s because I'd come home and the cousin I hated the most is now my uncle. This motherfucker is my uncle and shit because his mom on the streets. And my grandma need custody so she can enroll him in school. Like, I hated this motherfucker. Because he was the cousin that used to always pee in the bed, you know what I mean? But you couldn't do shit to him because he can fight and do backflips. Like, you don't fuck with that nigga. That nigga was the coolest kid on the block, and he don't even live on the block. I used to hate that shit. The 90s was fucking crazy, man, but like, you know what I mean? Like, we used to be on ratchet shit. Like my motherfucking family is just, like, we come from the type of motherfucking hustlers that will hustle the government. Like when PPP loans drop, My little cousins was the kings of that shit. They fucking flipped that shit to all kinds of drugs. That's not a good thing. But I do think that it's a good idea that my auntie just turned her Section 8 home into an Airbnb. I thought that shit was kind of dope. Yeah, motherfuckers is doing that shit across America. I just came from California. I stayed at an Airbnb that I seen online. It looked pretty decent and shit. I got there, it was actually the projects. So I was like, this is nuts. I'm like, the pictures, you know what I mean, from the website matched the fucking inside. But I was wondering why it was only one picture of the outside that was taken from the inside to the outside. Like, this shit is crazy. I guess he was like, it was crime out there. I'm gonna go out there. And I didn't either when I was there. I didn't, but I fucking ran out of blunt, so I had to go run in the store real quick. And as soon as I walked outside, I got pressed by a gang member. Like, who you know, man? I'm quick on my feet. I'm from the streets, so I started naming people from Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society. You know, like my grandma grew up on 21 in Lewis. I got cousins on Normandy and Western. You know, they got a little 20.
Step back. Yeah.
Yeah, step back. They got me rubbing my stomach the whole time. These niggas got talking from my neighborhood. I still got a little umbilical cord. Communicating. Yeah, my mom was ratchet as fuck, man. Like, she was the type person. Like I said, like, she used to do ratchet shit. Like, I was born with a negative credit score. I don't know how the fuck that shit happened, but I really was born with an apartment and 2 evictions, because my mom used to do ratchet ass shit. Like, and you know, bad finances running my family. Like, my brother thought it was a great financial decision to have a new kid when he still owed me $35. I'm like, that makes no sense. Yeah, it makes no sense. So I personally had to go and talk to somebody about my bad financial decisions. I went to talk to a financial counselor who reviewed my financial history and saw the drastic ups and downs in my bank account and diagnosed it as bipolar with depressive features, because it was mostly lows. I'm like, what the hell can I do about it? He said, well, you can get another job, or you can put the bills in your kid's name like your mama did. Yeah, so I went and got another job at a Mexican restaurant owned by white folks. And it was dope, You know what I mean? We had white owners, a real nigga making authentic Mexican food like this shit. This shit didn't make sense, but it was working for us. I felt so good. Shouts out to Chipotle on that matter. Shouts out to Chipotle. I felt good. Shit, I was leaving the job. Shit, I seen my boss on the way out. Learned a little Spanish out here, so I thought I'd flex. Hey, I was like, see you later, Jefe. And since his wife was standing there, I went to be disrespectful. I was like, I'll see you later, have fun. Bitch didn't know Spanish. So I was back to square one, broke as fuck. My name's Lamar Mitchell Jr. Please follow me on IG.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear Mr. Lamar Mitchell right there. Yeah, heads up comics, just stay back like this end of the stage, because otherwise you'll get cut off. Like, we got a great shot of Lamar, like right here. This part of him is so funny. This part even funnier, but it's really good looking. And we had our Bitcoin machine's down, but our sponsor threw some cash to Lamar for his gas is so high, so we threw Lamar $3.32. That's almost a quarter of a tank, bro. Let's hear from Lamar one more time. He's going to head out, head to our hospitality. Thank you, Lamar. You're amazing. Thank you so much. Thanks, sir. All right, coming to the stage right now. now, without any further delay, I don't want to talk a whole bunch and get tangled up. Sometimes my intros go on for 4 hours. Oh, I'd like to point out that my manager called in. He's watching from Hollywood on the camera, and he said, "Sean, you shouldn't make fun of the audience and say that the people in the dark are not good looking unless they really are." So he made me go back. And I looked at most people in the back are really good looking. So I was out of line on that right now. Just, the ugly people are in the bar. That's what I was talking about. They are disgusting. Seriously though, if you want to feel better about yourself, look at anybody sitting at that bar right now. You will go, God, I'm a fucking Bridget's 10.
Bridget's 10.
I'm being wise ass. No, plus I walked to the back. I was like, oh shit, I know some people back here. They're like, "Sean, I think I'm ugly." I was like, I was being an asshole because it's dark back there. But these people are really good looking. That guy, this couple at the bar, I'm like, oh my God, jeez, I thought I looked bad with no teeth. All right, listen. We're at a dentist. See how this goes? I'm trying to do a 1 minute intro. 42 minutes later, my mom's over here texting. What? I was texting you back. I'll do it. Living Spaces. She said I didn't do it. Living Spaces. One more. Living Spaces. Is that 3? I got you. Go ahead. Take it. I was kidding. I just need you for that joke. Ladies and gentlemen, I've known this guy for like about 12 years, 10 years, I don't know how long, forever. One of the funniest people I met. He was in a sketch comedy troupe called Bully Mammoth. Fucking legendary. Very funny stand-up in his own right. And just brilliant and genius and a wonderful man with a great heart. Please put your hands together for the very funny and talented Mr. Ricky Brindley.
Yeah, so I just found out like today that I'm gonna be hosting my girlfriend's 15-year-old nephew next month for a week. And so I'm still trying to figure out how to Google how to entertain a teenager in Phoenix without getting on a watch list. But yeah, like his mom's like, he's into like museums and history and like all that kind of stuff. So like I'm sure we're gonna do that type of thing. But my girlfriend also said that under no circumstances will he be coming to Bridget's either. Which like she went out of her way to tell me this, and like I was like, hey, you know that this is like a historical monument itself. There was a Hell's Angel that was murdered here in 2002. So imagine him going back to Illinois and telling his friends that. That beats the hell out of I went to Sedona or I went to the Grand Canyon. I mean, am I right? Since weed has become legal, has anybody else's like uncle become like a expert on weed after talking to a bud tender once? Like, yeah, it's nuts. It's really fun. Like, it's like, you know that indica puts you down, right? And it's like, yeah, buddy, I've been doing this for a while. It's kind of like, the other thing that's happening is with gambling, like everybody's suddenly becoming a gambling expert, and it's like, yeah, I get it, cousin Carl. Like, I know what a prop is, and I know what like a parlay is. I put bets on odd, like things that you didn't even know you could put odds on. I'm literally in a death pool right now, and I'll make $200 when the Queen of England dies. So like, but one thing that like this is like a real thing that you guys can do if you want to have a little bit of fun during the football season is you can like short a football team. So if you think that like a team is gonna suck terribly, like you can just take the under on the number of wins that they're gonna have for the season, and then you can put all of your hatred into say the Jacksonville Jaguars or like somebody who's gonna truly like crap the bed. So just like keep that in mind if you want to like put $20 down and just like laugh at highlights for the whole season. There you go. I just recently found out something that was kind of funny. So the first Elvis that like married people, like an Elvis wedding chapel in Vegas, was in 1977, which was the same year that Elvis died. Which was, I just thought was like really weird when you kind of like contextualize it for now. It'd be like if your friends like ran out to Vegas and got married by a DMX impersonator. Like, imagine that. It'd be actually pretty awesome. Now that I think about it, I want to get married by a DMX impersonator. But another thing is just I've had like weddings on the mind because like all my people are like getting hitched and stuff. And like one thing that's truly missing from weddings right now is the remix to Ignition. And I understand like why we can't play it, but that song like bops so fucking hard. And I think I may have come up with a solution for this. So kind of like how like, you guys know like how like Taylor Swift is like re-recording her like music because like somebody else owns the rights to it and she doesn't want them to get money? We just get somebody to like re-record all of R. Kelly's songs and then we're like, we can feel alright about it, you know? And like we can even like, you know, like turn it into like a reality show or something like that. And they're like, this week it's the gospel like thing and like this week we're gonna be doing Trapped in the Closet and like I think that like just for the betterment of all wedding receptions in general, I think that we should get behind this. So, really awesome transition, guys, because I was relating kind of back to the gambling thing once again. So I was kind of talking to one of my friends from back in high school, and like, you know, people make mistakes and that type of shit. But like, we were remembering how I was in. It's like I did an extracurricular activity that was like kind of like track, we'll say, where there's like different events and like we did it across the whole year and they kept stats on it. So like I managed to be able to go to a bunch of other schools and pitch them that we could play fantasy sports in the basketball league that I was in. And I actually like took money from everybody and we like kept track of it. And then we took all of everybody's money and staked my friend in a poker tournament. And he won and we didn't have to do any fundraising for the basketball team for the whole year. But when you look back on it, unlike some people who were like, I made mistakes in high school, I accidentally lit a car on fire or did some kind of minor felony. Yeah, I definitely did like RICO level things that like including like money laundering and the other mistakes that you would make in high school like normal. Just like a general question for everybody here. Who here is a fan of the movie Uncle Buck? Yeah. Yes, awesome. Now, I'm assuming the rest of the crowd is going to answer sort of the same way. Who here like hasn't seen Uncle Buck? Because that seems to be the only appropriate answer for like nobody has ever met has like seen Uncle Buck and been like, mid. That movie was kind of whack. And I think we can like harness that energy that we just heard from the crowd and possibly like, you know, solve world peace. We get one side from the Israelis and we get one side from the Palestinian camp. And Jimmy Carter like has him sit down in a hotel room and watch the movie, and then he just comes in and he's like, so guys, what did you think? And the guy's like, yeah, I really like the part where Uncle Buck threatens to castrate the young man. And the other guy's like, I liked the part with the big pancake. And then they like shake hands, and 3 months later we have the Uncle Buck Peace Accords, and me and Jimmy Carter win the Nobel Prize. Thanks a lot, guys.
Good job, Brindley. One of my favorite presidents, Jimmy Carter. Let's hear it for that. I just watched this amazing documentary how every president election, how like all the people behind the presidents fuck over everybody to make all these great lies to screw over each other to win the presidency. It's fucking great because Carter got fucked over by Ronald Reagan. It was great. They just shit on each other. Let's hear for politicians for being the shittiest fucking people around. I don't care what you like, seriously, they're just shit. They just literally fuck each other over to win something. And they always kill hookers. Who kills hookers? That's the worst job ever. Bitches are working hard, don't kill them. Fuck. Truckers are always killing hookers, and like, hookers are fucking truckers. Come on, guys, stop it. I'm yelling at the truckers in the bar that kill hookers, that's fine. Hey, alright. Let's hear it for sex workers. They work. They're people say. Yeah! Woo! I don't know what I'm talking about this one. Alright. We are moving forward. Oh, this next young man came about a year ago. Started up, he's like, hey man, can I get on your show? And I was like, yeah, it's got a book show. got a cancer, we'll throw you out. He's like, yeah. I go, you ever done stand before? He goes, no, not really. And that was like a year ago. And now he's like, he's already done the Johnny Carson show 3 times, folks. Johnny Carson's dead. But he's fucking that good. And seriously, we think the world of him, and he's super funny. And now he's like branching out and playing all their clubs everywhere else. But he started here, and we super love him, and we always like to have him here. So please put your hands together for very funny, talented Mr. Eddie Cruz.
Hey everybody.
Hey now.
How y'all doing?
Hey now.
Hey now. Yeah, when I first came up to Sean, he was standing right there where you are, sir. I was like, can I do the show? And he was like, it's a closed open mic. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I thought it was an open mic, just went up and you did whatever. But thank you, Sean, for giving me the opportunity. I very much appreciate you, man. I love you so much.
You're amazing.
Yeah, no, but I almost didn't make it here today. I had to get some grub. As I was walking out the door, my mom was like, hey, you gotta get some food. And I was like, I don't know, I gotta go do a thing. She was like, nah, you gotta eat. And you know, being a Mexican mom, I'm not gonna say no. Her cooking's good, and she's gonna beat my ass if I say no, you know what I mean? So I sit down and eat, and I was like, fuck, I got a whole ass now. You know what I mean? Because the thing with me, I don't know about you guys, but when I eat, my fat ass chews so loud. But in my head, where I have to watch a Netflix show or something, but I have to have the subtitles on because I chew so damn loud in my head. I don't smack, but I hear it in my head. And the subtitles, man, it's. I used to watch my anime in English, but now I watch that shit subtitled too because fuck it, nani, I put a little bit of Japanese too. But then the subtitles translated over to my pornography. Now I can't beat my meat without watching fucking subtitles. You know what I mean? Right? What? 24-year-old boy or man? I'm a man. Yeah, no, so I was hauling ass. I was legit going 85 and 90 so I could make it here on time. And how is it that there's always one motherfucker behind you going right in your ass and you're already hauling ass and you're like, what the fuck? What are you doing? That's so damn important. Is someone dying? Well, I don't know, but Anyway, it's Arizona for you, that's right. We can't drive in the rain. I can. You can. You can. I can. But I love my mom. I love my parents. They're immigrants.
Yeah, immigrants!
Those who did not woo don't like immigrants. I love my parents. I am a first-generation American.
Yes.
Those who did not woo don't like that I'm an American. I'm a U.S. citizen. My parents are not. My parents are not U.S. citizens. They are residents. They are working to get the citizenship, which is amazing. Right? Who is that? My father. Thank you. My father. That man's got it. He's gonna do it. You know what I mean? My mom, on the other hand, God bless her soul. The other day she wanted me to order a pizza for her, and then my mom does this really annoying shit. I love her to death, but I will call her out on the bullshit. She was like, she'll do this thing where I want this, off the menu. She'll fucking do the whole putting at the picture shit. I'm alright. The waitress comes over. As soon as I open my fucking mouth to order for her, I want this one. And I'm like, Ama, cállate por favor, o sea, deja. Let me talk. I speak English. And so the other day, we go to get a pizza for her. She's like, I want this. I want a pineapple pizza. I want crispy wings. That's it. And I was like, all right. I go to tell this lady, and she's sitting a good 5 feet to the left. And then she's like, pizza. What pizza are you ordering? And I was like, relax. I ignore her, and I'm talking to this lovely young lady, and then she just yells out, chunky. I was like, I know what she meant. The lady did not know what she meant. She was like, oh, it's okay, I don't speak Spanish. And I was like, she was speaking English. And she was like, oh my goodness. I was like, don't worry, she's going for crispy wings. And, but I love my mom to death, man. She's got to work on that English. I don't know how my brother, not to be all sexist and shit, but you know how women can't drive and shit? Women can't drive. So my mom and my brother had this bet when she became a resident that she wasn't going to fail or she wasn't going to pass the driving exam because she drove like shit. But she did, and she shut my brother the fuck up. And my brother has the exact same bet with her that she's not gonna pass her citizenship because she's just so bad at speaking English. But the other night, my brother thinks she's all like full of shit because the other night he wakes up to do like he's tussling through the night, and he hears my mom in the bathroom speak perfect English. She called her job in sick. She was like, yeah, I'm not gonna be going into work today because I don't feel good. And then my brother was like, that's not my mom. I know that ain't my mom. Speaking that perfect fucking English. Sure enough, opens the door, bam, that's my mother. And I'm like, right? Sleeper agent, where? Sleeper agent, who? It's my mom. No, but because my parents are studying for the citizenship, we'll be having dinner and I was asking random super fucking questions about America, you know what I mean? Like, when was the Declaration of Independence signed? My dad was like, July 4th, 1776. 1776. My mom would be like, what's today? And then I'll ask my dad, I'd be like, who was the 16th president of the United States? My mom would be like, Barack Obama? My dad, he'll get it. It'll take him some time. He'll be like, George Washington was number 1. And then Joe Biden's today. But he'll get to it. He'll Abraham Lincoln. I'm like, fantastic. I love that man. My father and Abraham Lincoln. I love Abraham Lincoln.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Honest Abe. I think he wanted to kill himself. Right? I think so. I think he wanted to kill himself. Because how the fuck do you not know there's a gun like on the back of your head? Especially back in the day where you have to like load that shit up. Because like he's in an opera house, right? He's in an opera house watching a theater play. And then John Wilkes Booth just happens to go up to the second story in that old creaky ass staircase, you know what I mean? You know with every step he took, there's just fucking I'm bad at noises, but you get the gist. And not only that, we have to deal with John Wilkes Booth's ginormous balls just dragging across the floor because what kind of balls you have to kill a sitting president, you know what I mean? So not only do you have to deal with John Wilkes Booth's big balls, the loud fucking steps, the president of the United States does not feel the presence behind him. Like when I fuck up and my mom's looking at me like ready with the chancla, you know what I mean? Ready? I know to duck because I feel it, you know what I mean? The hair on the back of my head, right? How the fuck is the president of the United States? Emancipation Proclamation, Honest Abe does not know that there's a motherfucker behind him. And not only that, with every like creaking step, it's like you got to look over like who the fuck is making that noise? Right? You guys have never been in a movie theater and you just feel like some loud ass kids just fucking talking hella loud, and you just like look over and you're like, can you motherfucker shut the fuck up? How did the president not do that? You know what I mean? Because he wanted to die. That's what it was. Right? I mean, you try living in fucking 1886 and try not to kill yourself. You know what I mean? It's boring. It's boring. They had no Game of Thrones back then. There was no Nintendo Switch. You know what I mean?
Nintendo?
No Nintendo. You know what I mean? They had no Mario. It was great. They shat in holes, you know what I mean? They used to shit in holes, but whatever. That's right. No, but thank you guys very much. My name is McCarthy Cruz. We're going for your whole show.
Eddie Cruz, let's hear for that man. They shat in holes. I'll never forget that as long as I live. They shat in holes. You ever shit in a hole?
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking about it. I'm really thinking about it. That really, you put a thought in my head, bro. Every time I walk my dog, I swear he looks at me like, Dad, come on, shit with me. Just looks at me like he drops like, dude, do it. It's so relieving. I can just tell my dog wants me to shit. All right. Maybe I just hear that after the peyote. Let's focus.
Is your dog okay?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so. He's home right now. He's sad, bro. Mi perro Bojack es mi mejor amigo. Mi pequeño apestoso chango. My dog Bojack is my best friend and my stinky little monkey. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, transcending everything. Coming to the stage now. This young lady was a resident comic about a month ago, and we just love her so much. And she placed in like she was at the Cactus Comedy Classic, where she placed in the finals over at Stir Crazy, and then she was at another show. Anyway, my point is, she's fucking everywhere right now, and she's amazing. And I'm just thrilled that she's here. It's the worst intro for all your relatives watching back in Massachusetts. Let me just act like I know what I'm doing. Living Spaces, brought to you by Living Spaces, your next comic. Living Spaces, Cat Schindler. Living Spaces. So much better. Here, I got you. I was a roadie for Poison and Bret Michaels. Check one time, CC DeVille. Bret Michaels, 1, 2. Every rose has its thorn. Check, check. Talk dirty to me. Go ahead, Bret. Cat Schindler, one more time.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Anybody watching the Amber Heard?
Yes.
Okay. I don't have any jokes. I just want to talk to you guys later about it. I'm driving my husband crazy. Yeah, welcome to the second funniest live stream going on right now. If you're not watching, it's a mess. I've never seen so many lawyers in suits and ties say the word turd. That's what's going on. But yeah, we'll talk about it later. I am not from here. Grew up in Portland, Oregon.
Portland!
Thanks. Yeah, if you don't know, our motto is keep Portland weird. And let me tell you, we are killing it. We committed it. We're doing it. My 2-year-old was in childcare, and they sent her home with a 3-page report card. And the one thing she failed was knowing and understanding recycling. Like, guys, I'll be honest with you. I don't know and understand recycling, right? I have stopped going to Chipotle because there's too many options when you go to throw something away and everyone's just judging you. Like, I just throw it all in recycling. Let someone else deal with it. But I feel like if you're gonna send a 3-year-old home with or a 2-year-old home with 3-page report card, I don't think you know and understand recycling, right? Another thing that's weird, Portland won't let you pump your own gas. It's not that weird, it's kind of great. What's weird is they decriminalized hard drugs. So while they don't trust you to pump your own gas, if you want to go use heroin, go ahead. Have fun. I was recently in Portland because my mom had heart surgery. So I went to help her out, and they wouldn't give her pain medication because of her blood pressure. And so she shows me this list, like, this is all the stuff I can't have. I was like, they won't let you have soup, but it doesn't say anything on here about weed. Like, I think we can find a loophole here, right? She goes, oh, but I don't even have one of those medical marijuana cards. Mom, you're in Oregon. Right? It's been legal since 2014. She goes, oh, but I wouldn't even know where to get it. Mom, you're in Portland. There are more weed stores or dispensaries than there are Starbucks.
What?
And if you still can't find it, go into any Starbucks. Someone there will sell you weed. I've also lived in Boston. I love Boston. I moved in 2007 when the Red Sox won the World Series. But to get into the World Series, we had to beat Cleveland. So we go downtown, Red Sox win, and 40,000 fans flood the streets chanting, Yankees suck. Didn't we just play Cleveland? Did I miss very Boston thing. Yankees suck. So a few months later, we go see the Celtics in the NBA Finals. And Celtics win, 40,000 fans flood the streets chanting, Yankees suck. Guys, not even the same sport. So a few months later, we go see the New Kids on the Block, the comeback tour. And 40,000 fans flood the streets chanting, we want our money back. To be honest, I started the chant. But if I wanted to watch a group of old men have a midlife crisis, I'd go hang out with my husband and his buddies riding dirt bikes. So. Best part about Boston for me, I got high for the first time.
Yeah! Woo!
I was invited to a friend's house, and I didn't know it was a party. So I show up, and I'm greeted at the door with a tray of brownies. And I'm oblivious. I don't know what's in them. And if you can't tell by looking at me, I'm not like a stop at one kind of girl. So I had 2 or 3 or 5. And we're hanging out, and someone says, hey, let's go get food. Did you not just see me eat 7 brownies? Of course I want to go get food. Let's go. So we go outside, and it's Boston in the middle of winter, and the streets are ice. And at this point, I'm feeling the 10 brownies. But I'm still not high. I still don't know I'm high yet. So I cross the street in this major intersection, and the car's trying to stop for the light, but it hits ice. It slides into me, causes a big wreck. And a cop happened to be there, and he was like, excuse me, ma'am, are you okay? Great. It's the best I've ever felt. He comes over and he goes, excuse me, ma'am, are you high? If you can get high by eating 15 brownies. Probably. So he starts chewing me out like, I'm writing you a ticket. I didn't even listen because in my head I'm thinking, can you overdose on weed and or brownies? Like, had a problem. So he snaps me out of my thought process and back to the conversation. He goes, what do you have to say for yourself? I mean, Yankees suck. Yes. He put his ticket back and let me go. So you'd think that was the last time I had 20 brownies in one sitting. COVID happened, and it's pretty regular. Well, I gained some weight during COVID, and someone told me the average American is coming out of the pandemic either a hunk, a chunk, or a drunk. And my first thought was, I am crushing this pandemic. I nailed 2 of those 3. So, a bit of an overachiever. So I'm trying to lose the weight, so I'm doing this thing where I just pray real hard. That I'm one of those girls that gets pregnant, but doesn't know until she gives birth. Right? My doctor calls it delusional, but I still cross my fingers every time I go to the bathroom. I went in for a checkup, and he was like, Kat, you're not pregnant. We'll see. He goes, Kat, you gained this weight 2 years ago, and you have an IUD. Yeah, I choose to believe in miracles. He goes, Kat, you do know if you're pregnant, you can't drink. Yeah, I'm gonna need a second opinion here. You got like a flat earther back there, still watches MTV. Kind of doctor I want these days. So I really am trying to lose the weight, so I went and got a personal trainer, which makes my husband furious because my degree is in exercise and health science. So I'm paying someone to tell me what I already know while I'm still dealing with student loans. Come on! I think you should be more upset that I'm sleeping with the guy. I'm not. I say that because he's here. I'm really not. But ever since I said that, he stopped whining about the student loans. So. So I go see the trainer, and he goes, I want you to eat a plant-based diet. So I went out and I got like barley, wheat, rye, threw some corn in there, mashed it, fermented it, let it age in a wooden container. I like a good oak barrel. And then bottled it up, 40% alcohol by bottle. Haven't lost any weight, but I got a ton of whiskey, which even better. So yeah, I stopped seeing the trainer, but like, still see him, you know? Just not paying for it. And then I sent my husband to the trainer. Now he's a honk, and I nailed him, so 3 for 3. Perfect pandemic. My husband's not a fan of that joke, so here's another one who's not a fan. We're just gonna keep going. I own a construction company, and the number one question I get is, how do you own a construction company when you don't know anything about construction? And I'll tell you guys. When we got married, he wanted to start a construction company, and I was like, can I be a part of it? I want to help. And he was like, I mean, I guess you can like answer phones and file stuff. And being the one person out of our marriage who has a college degree, I was a little offended. So I was like, I'm gonna take this serious. So the first thing I filed was articles of incorporation, and walked out of the state of Oregon with 51% ownership. I may not know anything about construction, but I do know basic math, and 51%. All right, thank you guys so much. My name is Saskia.
Joe, catch it, let's report. So, 20 brownies, let's hear for that. If I ate 20 brownies, I would shit in a hole. That's a callback. Come on, full circle. Full circle, tying it all together. Hey, I'm going to put on this other comic, and then we're going to put on you, and I have to adjust the camera so you can see it over here, and then we're going to close it.
Oh, no, I can
You
stand
good? You
up.
can stand?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. Okay, so heads up. You need about 10 minutes, and then we need your funniest 32 seconds.
Got it.
Starts off a joke. Choo-choo is walking to a bar. No punchline. I have no time. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're down to our last 3 comics, and this young man will be going on soon, but he doesn't have to sit. He's going to be standing, so I'm so excited. All right, this next hot shit coming to the stage. Holy crap, a memory came up on Facebook, and actually it was a memory on MySpace, because it was from pre-2000s MySpace. You guys remember MySpace?
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Anyway. Dude, you guys were in my top 5 on MySpace. You 4 were in my top 5. It was you and Tom. Okay. Thank you. I don't know what's right now. I'm back kicked in. Where's my, okay, listen. All right, so memory came up on Facebook, and I said, I mentioned it was like the lineup, and it was like the first time you were on the festival. It was like a full year ago.
I think I saw
It was like a full year ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she was basically, so we've been back for like a little over a year since like Chlamydia 19 shut down the whole country.
What?
Chlamydia 19 shut down the whole country. No one can leave their house for a year and a half. It burned when you pee. Is that just me? Everybody's getting Chlamydia 19 and dying and pissing and burning. I got Chlamydia 19 times in a year and a half. Okay. My dirty, dirty dick. Come on now. It's a riff on COVID. I'm trying to be funny. I said COVID-19. We were shut down. We didn't do a show here for a year and a half because of COVID. That's what I'm saying. So we've been back for a year, and she was on the first show basically since we were back. That's what I'm trying to say. A long way to just tell you. He's like, dude, get to the fucking intro. I got you, buddy. I'm sorry. It's me. It's all me. Trust me. I'm dropping the ball here. You're awesome. Saskia, I'm sorry. My point is, I saw the memory. It's been a year since you've been on the show. You've been here every month since, and now my point is, she's been here every month for a year, and we love her so much. I think she's so wonderful that we made her our resident comic. So she's on every Tuesday this month for the whole year, for the whole month. She's our resident comic, and she's got tonight, and then one more night at the end of the month, and then we pay our resident comic at the end of the month legit, not just do a Bitcoin. And then we usually pay a couple of regulars. And tonight, I think the sponsor's throwing out money like a crazy man. So my point is, this young lady is definitely on the payroll right now, and she's our resident comic for tonight and one more night next week. We love her dearly. Please put your hands together for Miss Saskia B.
Thank you so much, Sean. How dare you put me on after Kat Schindler? She's so good, is she not? She is a woman in comedy, as am I, arguably. Good evening, everyone. As Sean mentioned, I am your resident comic this month, and all that means is that I get to do whatever I want. Unbridled, untethered, and unsupervised. I don't really have any super duper new jokes because I just wanted to talk about an experience I had. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay, and maybe some jokes will grow from it. And maybe not. Who gives a shit? But here's what happened, Raven. I had my very first mammogram yesterday. Yes, I know, right? Yeah, because I just turned 41 this year, which is impossible to believe. I know. Stop. So, apparently the new age to do this is 40. So, I've never done this before, had no idea what to expect, and it really was not that uncomfortable. I am pleased to report it was not painful, and my nurse was really, really nice, but I did not know about one part of it, which is they put stickers on your nipples. Apparently this is a new thing because every single woman I have talked to about this has no idea what I'm talking about. Like, it's streaming people. If you know anything about nipple stickers, DM me, I guess. I found that she said that there was a little metal BB inside the sticker, and the reason that's in there is so on imaging, it shows you where the nipple is. Which I'm like, it's in the middle, but if you need help, okay. And so I went through the whole exam and everything, and it was fine. And then at the end, she told me I could get back dressed again and go. And I forgot that I had the stickers on my nipples. So I went to take them off. That was the worst part of the whole mammogram, was just ripping stickers off my nipples. Have you ever done it before?
Yes.
Like, you have? You have? Like mammogram stickers, or just like kinkies, pasties? Was spirit gum involved? Don't answer that, it's fine. But no, this was a very new experience for me, and then I got a call today, which means I need to go back in and get examined again, because there's like some density stuff going on in my left tit. And I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit nervous about this, because I have great tits. And these are natural. These are natural. So pay attention. But I felt like I needed to do a little research just in case the worst came to pass. So I have a visual aid. This is a diagram that came out of a puzzle my friend sent me. The puzzle is called Boobies. And it's just a really nice illustration of all different kinds of boobies. And I thought this was the perfect visual aid for me to bring today, so I could kind of tell you where I'm at and where I might be going. Now, I did ask my husband to help me identify where am I at on this right now. He did not bite. He knew that was a trick question. Because he knows there's probably a penises puzzle out there somewhere. Smart guy, he understands the answer. Now, so I had to do my own, reckoning about this. At first, I thought mine were right there, dead center. These guys. You see those? Dead center. It's kind of a lighter yellow shade, right dead center. You see that? I realized that's not accurate because I was laying down in the bathtub when I was going over it. I should mention I have the actual puzzle framed above my bathtub. That's not a joke. I love puzzles and movies. So, I realized that that was too much gravity happening on those and had to reevaluate. I can't tell you how long I stared at this thing. Women, do you know what your own titties look like? Have you ever tried to draw your own tits? It's impossible. It's like trying to cut your own hair. It's ridiculous. But about an hour of me time in the mirror, and I just decided I'm just gonna pick the prettiest pair and tell you that's what mine look like. It's those. It's those ones. Like those. Those are the ones I liked, so I'm picking those. And as far as anybody here knows, that's what they look like. And if the worst comes to pass, and I end up looking like this one, right? If I have to have one taken off, I don't think I'm gonna fix it. I love that it's winking. I just feel like it's so friendly, you know? But then I thought, well, I don't know, is the husband gonna like that? Do I need to replace him? And then I thought, I think I want them kind of back the way they were, but maybe just a little bit improved. So I picked these ones. They're black! They're the black ones! I want those ones! The nipple is unmistakable. It's not all washed out like my white people nipples. One's a little bigger than the other, and I like that. I like asymmetry and eccentricity. Variety is the spice of life. Speaking of spice, I bet the chocolatey ones are just better tasting. They are! They are! They are! They are! So, I'm just glad that I got that off my chest. Oh, Now, Sean made mention earlier of certain areas of our country that are known for maybe anti-intellectual sentiment and not being so progressive. I am from one of those places. Even though my name is Saskia, which is a Dutch name, meaning my mother's an asshole, because they're not Dutch people. I am not a Dutch person, but I am almost from a foreign country. I am from Alabama. Yes, and it is a region of the world that has a lot of bad press for probably pretty accurate reasons. And I just wanted to come forward, admit that up front, apologize for being white, because I feel like it's the thing to do in this climate. I love how diverse our comedy scene is here, but I gotta say, Sean, putting Lamar and Durrell on the same show feels like a white lady test. And
What's a white lady test?
you know. I think the whole thing has been designed to see, can Saskia tell the difference between the two of them? She's from Alabama. Well, that's not fair, because I'm here to tell you, just because somebody is from the Deep South does not mean that they are deeply racist. I am only medium racist. Not like hateful racist, just the kind of racist where before meeting Lamar and Durrell, I already knew they were black. How many white Durrells do you know? How many white Lamars do you know? Your laughter says 0. So maybe that does make me just a little bit like functionally racist, but I don't know where I'm going with this, but no, I'm not really from that hateful place in Alabama. I'm just simply from roadside America, Alabama, where you go to the dentist at the flea market, and there's a mural on your cafeteria wall from Song of the South. The one with the tar baby. All right, that's my time.
Saskia B. Saskia B.
Titties.
Saskia B. All right. Hot shit. Let's hear it for Alabama. Let's hear it for that guy. He knows. He said you killed me. Let's hear it for Brian. Brian's a hot shit right there. He knows what's up. All right. Let's focus. We're getting down to our last two comics. And here's a joke about Alabama I like to tell all the time. It's perfect. Because Saskia's here. This is Groucho Marx's favorite joke. Okay, it goes like this. When I was younger, I always wanted to catch an elephant. Because I wanted to get an elephant tusk. But it's hard to get a tusk from an elephant. Unless, of course, you're in Alabama. Because, you know, Tuscaloosa. Tuscaloosa. That was from like 1939. I know every joke ever written. All right, this young man right here, we had to cancel. He goes, if anyone cancels, will you put me on tonight? I said, sure. Then he sent me a picture that he had stepped on a grenade in Vietnam and looked like, and he might not be able to come to the show. But then he rolled in that sweet wheelchair. There was a handicapped guy going across the road out here, and he kicked the guy out of it and jumped in his wheelchair. He's like, I need that. You're just on meth. So he says he can stand. I hope he can. Ladies and gentlemen, I met him last month. He was doing a show at Stir Crazy. It was like a new comic show, and they were like giving him advice and stuff like that. So he's a newer comic, but he's here and he's got great energy. We really like him. He's been hanging around the past couple weeks. He's always just super nice. He's got a bad toe, but his right hand healed because he keeps hurting himself. He's like evil comedians. He's like, I'm going to tell jokes to jump the fountains in Las Vegas. I'm like, dude, just stand still. Don't light yourself on fire. Go easy, young man. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for this new cat, and we hope he doesn't hurt himself, Mr. Raven Gregory.
Praise Jesus, I'm gonna walk. Pretend you just saw a comedy miracle. But the comedy makes me laugh. Let me move this mic stand out the way, because you guys don't need any other examples of how fat I am. I'll explain the book here in a minute. So, I didn't know if you guys knew this, but I have to be funny today because I have to seduce the booker. So you guys think I'm here in a wheelchair and shit. No, I'm showing my dedication because getting booked is like dating. Do you want to fuck me yet, Sean? Is this proving it? Okay.
Delicious. I'm over here now.
By the way, I didn't know if you guys know this, but I hate these fucking notebooks. Every time I see a comedian, not to point out any comedians and shit, but I hate when fucking people bring this motherfucker up here because it looks like you didn't study for the test. Looks like you're cheating and shit. Like you're looking at your notes like, did I fucking remember what the fuck was I gonna talk about? But the reason I have this is while this is sponsored by the mushroom thing Sean was talking about, my set is sponsored by microdosing.
Living spaces.
But much like the other comedian, I forgot I took that mushroom pill. So I took another one. Sponsored by mushrooms in so many ways. So that's why I have the book, because I can't remember shit right now. But anyway, yeah, I fucked up my foot, man. It's so ironic that I'm on this journey of comedy. So I go to this comedy club and I see a bunch of disabled comedians up there. A bunch of disabled comedians doing their act and shit. And I'm like, fuck, dude. I feel bad for these guys. I really feel fucking bad for them. Not because they're disabled. Because we've been taught not to laugh at these motherfuckers our whole life. I'm like, that's a tough fucking crowd. It's like I gotta switch switch my fucking thinking. Not only do I have to switch pronouns, but now I gotta laugh at this disabled motherfucker. So I was like, shit, man, let me walk a mile in their shoes. Let me see what that fucking feels like. Because if you look at my Facebook, you ain't lying, man, that foot is fucked up. So I got a wheelchair and I'm rolling around, man, and fucking, oh my God, it's an experience. You feel like you're a burden to everyone. You're like, excuse me, I'm sorry, I got shit. Everybody's just fucking like, they're being polite to you because they have to, because you're in a fucking wheelchair. And seeing this, going through this experience, it made me realize something. I don't like walking. Yeah, I don't like that shit. Shit's annoying. I can just roll.
Roll with it!
No, I'm just joking. I actually love walking. But what it made me realize, like in my heart, like it told me something about myself. It made me realize that I hate all of these walking motherfuckers. Like, fuck you and your fucking amazing walking capabilities. Notice I've only been handicapped for like 1 day. And I'm like, I can't stand this shit. All right. Again, this is brought to you by mushrooms. That's why I gotta keep looking at this shit.
Living spaces. 15 more in, sorry.
So yeah, I fucked up my foot exercising. I had no idea that I love exercising. I fucking love it. It's fucking great. I fucking exercise so much I can finally see my dick again. My dick is beautiful. I'm in that stage in life where you start loving yourself. Are you guys at that stage in life when you look at your mirror in the mirror and you're like, you're not a piece of shit. Not bad. That's an open dick. But I forgot I was looking in the mirror. The dick looked pretty, the rest of it doesn't. It's a fucking mess. Like one of those messes you want to write everybody you ever had sex with and be like, thank you for taking this sacrifice for our country. Jesus Christ, you're brave. Holy shit. But on behalf of men everywhere, I would like to apologize to all the ladies for any dick pics you were sent. I think that shit is, I have 2 daughters, so that shit is uncalled for. It's fucked up. But then I started thinking about it. That they send you this shit without consent. But I can't remember the last time somebody sent me titties and they asked permission. Because I get a lot of titties, and I'm like, not once did you guys ask permission to send me those titties. Keep sending them. Don't stop sending them shits. I love them. I'll take my own titties. You take a picture of my titty and send it, I'll still accept it. Because I love that shit. How many minutes I got left, Sean?
About a minute.
A minute? Cool. I got a minute to talk about...
Saskia wanted to give you some boobies.
Oh, cool. Women are powerful. I didn't realize if you knew this. I forgot how fucking powerful women are. Like, holy shit, the other day, I'm talking to my friend. I'm like, oh shit, she starts licking her lips. I'm like, holy shit. I'm enraptured. I'm aroused. Fuck. I forgot that women can seduce men. Men can't do that shit.
Yeah, they can.
Does that do anything for you? Are you getting home? You gonna fucking think of me licking my lips when you get home and shit? No. Hold up. Does that do anything for you at all? Does that titty do anything? If that was a female comedian, half of the males in the audience would want to fuck. The gays don't even want this shit. So on that note, I would like to end on, did you guys know, because I'm actually a comic book writer, did you guys know that a hard laugh is the equivalent of an orgasm, a really powerful orgasm? Did you guys know that?
No.
So keep on coming.
Hey, listen to that guy right there, baby. Come on now. Seriously, hit me up earlier today. He said, can I be on the, if someone cancels list? I was like, we'll try and get you on if someone cancels. Someone did cancel. I had him first on the list. And he also paid 2 submission fees with a late fee. And he Venmo'd it and Cash App'd it, so it went through. That's why he's on. Let's hear it for that guy right there. And no one has to seduce me or do anything. Just be funny and be nice. If you have weed, I'll take that, but that's not giving. I'm not gonna say you have to give me drugs, but I love drugs. Okay. We are down to our last comedian of the evening. This hot shit is so amazing. I've known him forever. Besides being incredibly funny and talented, He's a dog owner, and his dog is adorable. He makes music, and it's amazing. He can do soundtracks for like movies, which fucking blows my head. And then he comes in here and drops new, fresh, relevant shit all the time. Ladies and gentlemen, your closer, your final comic of the evening, the one I love so much. When you look in the dictionary for comedians, it has a picture of this man, and it says Durrell Johnson.
Thank you. Nice intro, Sean. Thank you. All right. Raven, nice job. I just added him on Facebook today, by the way, guys. I didn't know if he was a real person or not. I was waiting for the Bitcoin message so I could just unfriend him, you know? Like, that's how you know. Hey, have you heard about Bitcoin? Yeah, motherfucker, all right. But then I saw he was a comic book writer, which is cool. I'm performing at Comic-Con next week in the Civic Center downtown, and yeah, hell yeah, I'm excited, super excited. So I saw your drawings and stuff, I was like, this guy right here, he'll get it, he'll understand. I'm gonna tell some Comic-Con jokes. I thought about this one, guys. I'll just share one with you. The most realistic thing about the new Batman movie is that as soon as the police department sees something black, they start shooting at it. Thank you all. They really kept it grounded. They were like, you know, make this real? Absolutely. They didn't even see the white chin yet, you know? Even the black commissioner was like, I don't know about that motherfucker yet. Oh, it's great. It's great. Oh, they're playing the music back there. Oh, karaoke's getting close, guys. This is when the whites really start showing up. Back in the old days, there used to just be bikers that pulled up there. And we performed right out front, like right in the center there. And those guys would come in there and they would hear us telling jokes. The first thing the guy would do was like, shut the fuck up! And we watched people literally quit comedy in the same night they started. And that's how you knew it was real. Bridges has come a long way, guys. It's come a very long way. Beautiful. I paid $120 just to get here with gas. Is what it is. We're up to $5 now. You know, all this makes me realize is my rent's $1,500, gas is $5. I could have moved to LA 4 years ago and did this shit and still afford it. Like, I had no idea. Aren't we the Republican state? Aren't we the ones that are like, oh, fuck those libs, right? Like, we should be like a little bit cheaper. We should be like Oklahoma, right? They're like $3.91 right now or something. Like, we got to be under $4. It's crazy right now. Insane. And then you got all the people, all the Biden stickers. I love it. Every gas pump you go to, there's a Biden sticker on there. I did that. All right. The Brandon crowd, right? Golly. Right? Shit, this gas keeps going up. I might see the same thing. See a big old flag right on my That's insane. But you know the crazy thing, the funny thing about it, so I heard this guy at Starbucks, he was going off about the gas prices. Whatever. Okay. Realistically, the presidents have nothing to do with the gas prices. But it's an easy sell, right? If Trump was still president, we'd be like, that motherfucker right there, you know, like we'd do the same thing. So it's no big deal. But here's the whole point about it that is ironic, is that all those Brandon flags are on these lifted trucks. These like not regular F-150s. These are like the F-450s. They started up and they burned half a tank of gas. Like, it's insane. But I'm like, you know what? You could take the bus. You could be like the motherfuckers in this bar that got to take the red line. Oh, you don't know about the red line. That rolls right through downtown Phoenix, all the way through the airport and takes you to Tempe. Not the good part of Tempe, like Apache, you know, like where all the drunk Indians are. Yeah, that's where it takes you. Be glad you have the privilege to complain about gas prices, because as much as people are going to complain and wave those flags on their trucks, they're going to pay that fucking gas because they don't want to take the bus. They want that AC, they want that privilege to be able to blow that exhaust at you guys when you're rolling down the freeway. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go. How bad do you really want it? How bad do you really want it, guys? I'm just saying.
guys can guess, I saw a brand new flag on my way here. Thank you, sir. Oh, hold on. We're being filmed, so I have to turn it the other way. I learned these
Living spaces.
policies, right? We're going to mute all of that.
I gotta get 10 more in before the end of the show.
Dos X's. 2 X's, right? What was the one? What we got out here? 2 white boys? What's the name of that bar? That's just what it translates to, is 2 white boys.
Those
Dos Gringos, thank you. It's my favorite name ever. Do you think if they called it 2 white boys, it would be like controversial? You think it'd be all right? Just curious. Last time I was here, guys, there was a group of Mormons that were sitting right over here. Beautiful, beautiful group of Mormons. They look like the cast of a CW show.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And I found out about the term soaking. Yeah, oh, okay, some people are familiar. Craziest thing I ever heard in my life. So, if you just put it in, but you don't actually penetrate, it's not against God's rule, all right? According to the soak, if you just put it in and soak it. Then there's jump humping, which means your homeboy comes in and he can move the bed and shake the mattress. And it's still because you're not actually doing the physical motion, you can still go to heaven. Oh, it's beautiful, guys. It's beautiful. God, it's insane. I'm telling you, I couldn't even finish my set. I said, this comedy writes itself. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful thing.
Just the tip.
Just the tip. Insane, just crazy. I went to Utah a couple years ago for my job. I'm a corporate trainer. Whoa, yeah, right? Surprise. And I went out there to the University of Utah to train a bunch of college kids as they moved into the Microsoft projects for their college jobs. And one thing I realized when I got out there was the first thing I experienced, because all I kept thinking was, oh man, these Mormons are going to hate me. They're going to be like, whoa. Who is this guy? What are you doing here, sir? Are you lost? Are you know? But like, I got there and it was the complete opposite. Oh, it's black privilege, guys. Yeah. Black privilege. It's a real thing. It's kind of like when you get picked first on the basketball team. Nobody even knows if you can shoot, if you can play basketball. They just see you there. Okay, we're going to take him first. Everyone assumes you can dance. You may have no rhythm whatsoever. They just assume. That's black privilege. Big dick, black privilege. Right? I'm telling you. Right? Just some things, hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. Got out there to Utah. Oh, it was beautiful. Oh, it was beautiful. It was a great time. We went to a restaurant, and the minute I walked in there, now I'm pretty sure they probably thought I was a Utah jazz player. We make up 1% of the entire population. African Americans make up 1%. In Utah. Native Americans make up 1.5%. Nice! Crazy, right? So in Arizona here, we're 3%. So like, you want to tell you about minority. They saw me and they were like, hello sir, how can I help you? Do you want to come over here? We have a table right up front here. And then meanwhile, the white guys over here like, oh ma'am, can I pay my bill? Can I get my bill paid? And she's like, sir, I'll be right with you. And then she turns around like, I'm so sorry about that. People here are so rude. Okay, so I'm going to go through the menu items. And I'm sitting here like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The white people in Arizona would never. You motherfuckers here. You know why? Because you see too many of us. 3%. That 3% is still too many. Imagine if you walked into like a Whole Foods and you just saw a group of black people in there. You'd be like, whoa, what the fuck is going on in here? It's very uncomfortable, right? Those white people were like a rental car. I'm like, oh, this is smooth. They got all the features in here, all the new gadgets. It's like they've seen us before, you know? White people in Arizona, you guys like can identify 500 different breeds of dogs but still mix up 2 black horses. And bless your hearts for it, you know? I couldn't stay out there in Utah too long, guys. It was too good. to stare at me somewhere, just like look me up and down at a Best Buy, like you can afford to be here, you know? You gotta have that. It's a little edge. Beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Got back here to Phoenix, got in my Uber, guy had the Spanish music playing. He's like, oh, you want me to change, senor? No, keep it on. Keep it on. I need to get back to my roots here. Yes. Smells like burritos and racism. Right when you got that Sky Harbor. Yeah, best thing about it, too, from Southwest, all you see is black people. That's the first thing you see when you go to Southwest. Black people. I'm like, ah, yes. There they are. Delta Airlines, they don't hire black people on Delta. Oh, man. Southwest is wild, man. You guys got a story about the dude that was jerking off on the plane on the way back from Vegas? Oh, it's insane. Yeah, you can look it up. This guy jerked off 4 times in 1 hour on a flight back to Vegas. That's a 90-minute flight, you guys. Now, the woman who complained about it waited the entire hour before she made the complaint, and the gentleman's response was, well, I just thought it was kinky. And I was like, oh, man. This dude, first of all, I gotta admire the endurance. 4 times in 90 minutes. I'd have been done after the first jerk. They'd have found me dick in hand. Sorry, you're gonna have to get on out of here. You mind if I get a little water on my way out? If you know, you know. Wild times. I did a show just recently, I'll close out of here on this. I was in Gilbert, and I didn't know really what the show, they told me it was a fundraiser, so I got there, and I decided to tell some jokes about President's Day. Does anyone know when President's Day actually is?
Next Monday.
Nope. You're about a year off, buddy. Yeah, so it's here's the thing. If you don't know when it is, it's okay, because no one cares when President's Day really is. You know why? Because it's a working holiday, okay? You gotta submit PTO to get President's Day off. It's not a day anyone really cares about. Bring your ass to work and shut the fuck up. That's one of those holidays. So what I did was I told this joke, and this lady got offended, whatever, so I'm gonna tell her here tonight, okay? So here's what we do. President's Day, the reason no one cares about it is because they talk about old presidents. George Washington, FDR, nobody gives a shit about what those old presidents did. All these fucking slave owners that are on dollar bills, no one cares. Put a 20-year cap on it. Bring back the Clinton blowjob. There's a whole generation of kids who don't know anything about the Clinton blowjob. Because they were born during the internet, okay? There's lessons to be learned from that story. If you don't swallow, don't wear dark blue or black. Right. If you swallow, there's no scandal at all. I'm Durrell Johnson. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you.
Let's go, Durrell Johnson. Here with me. Hey, thank you very much. We do this every Tuesday. You guys are wonderful. We have the best audience. So you guys are. This place is packed like every week with random, awesome, wonderful people like yourself. So please keep going back. Thank you, Tate. We're gonna get you on very soon. And let's hear it for these 2 hot shits. They're good looking. They showed up toward the end of the show. Only good looking people allowed in this room, brother. You just made it by this much. You're lucky you're rolling with her. All right, thank you very much for coming out. Hey, you guys are great. There's karaoke in the next room. Get home safe. Don't get a DUI. And love everybody. Thank you. Good night.